It was mine, before they ever touched it. Before they claimed it. Before they wore it like a crown, and convinced themselves they earned it. They didn't. They didn't bleed for it. They didn't break for it. They didn't crawl through the dark to reach the summit. But I did. And then they took it. They stood on what I built. They stole what I sacrificed for. They laughed while I was buried beneath the ashes of their lies. They thought I wouldn't return for it. That was their first mistake. See, I don't beg. I don't plead. I take. And when I come back, I don't come with words. I come with fire. Not to speak. To reclaim. To remind them what belongs to me. To make them feel the weight of what they never deserved. They thought I was gone. They thought I was finished. They thought I stayed buried. They thought wrong. They like to talk about how far they've come, what they've built, what they've conquered. But they never tell the truth. They never mention whose back they climbed to get there, whose blood soaked the ground before they took their first step. They built it all on the ruin they left behind, on the pieces of me they thought no one would ever find. They paved their road with my silence, hung their banners over the grave they buried me in. And the world clapped for them, called them powerful, called them kings. But I remember every lie, every stolen victory, every time they wore something of mine and acted like they earned it. Their foundations were made of my bones. Their walls are held up by the weight I carried. Their crowns? My legacy twisted into gold by hands that never deserved to touch it. They act like I vanished, like I turned to dust, like I wouldn't notice. But I've been watching, and now they'll feel what it's like to have everything they built ripped out from beneath them. Because you don't get to build a kingdom on someone else's grave and not pay the price. I stayed quiet, not because I was broken, not because I gave up, and definitely not because they won. I stayed quiet because monsters don't move until it's time, because shadows don't shout. They wait. I watched them rise. Watch them speak my name, like it no longer held weight. Watch them wear their stolen victories, like armor, all while pretending I was gone. Let them celebrate. Let them feel untouchable. Let them believe they were safe. Because silence isn't surrender. Silence is strategy. It's the space between breaths, right before the strike. It's the calm in the air, before the whole world catches fire. They thought I was done, because I didn't fight back. They didn't realize I wasn't finished. I was just becoming sharper, becoming colder, becoming something they could no longer predict or stop. So yes, I stayed quiet. But that silence, it wasn't weakness. It was the sound of something terrifying, getting ready to move. Something shifted. It didn't happen all at once. There was no explosion. No scream. Just a moment. A moment when everything inside me went still. The pain faded. The doubt went quiet. And what was left was clarity. Not the kind that makes you smile. The kind that makes you move. They won't understand it. Not until it's too late. They won't see the shift until the ground is already breaking beneath them. Because they were too busy watching the past to notice the future waking up beneath their feet. They thought the silence meant I was gone, that the fire burned out, that the threat had passed. But all they really did was give me time to evolve, to sharpen, to remember. Now the stillness is over. Now the waiting ends. And everything I've been holding back, it's coming with me. I won't run. I won't roar. I won't warn. I'll just move. Quiet, unstoppable, and closer than they think. Because once the shift begins, there's no turning back. Only the fall. They thought they buried me. Thought the silence meant the end. Thought the stillness was surrender. They didn't realize monsters don't die. They change. They adapt. They wait. And when they return, they come back smarter, colder, stronger than before. They built their kingdoms on my absence. They wore their pride like armor, thinking the ghosts they left behind would never rise again. Let them think that. Let them laugh while they still can. Because what's coming now isn't a man with a grudge. It's a reckoning in the shape of everything they fear. I didn't come back looking for justice. I didn't come for fairness. I didn't come to make a point. I came to collect, to take back what's mine, to level the ground they thought was sacred, to show them exactly what rises when you dig your own grave and leave something breathing at the bottom. They should have made sure I stayed down. They should have finished the job. Because now, the monster they created has returned. And this time, he's not leaving without everything. No more silence. No more patience. No more waiting. They had their time. They had their warnings. They had their chance. Now it's gone. Every second I gave them was a gift. Every moment I stayed still was mercy in disguise. But I don't deal in mercy anymore. They thought the storm would never come. But it's already here, moving through the cracks, beneath their floors, behind their walls. And they don't even hear it yet. I don't need armies. I don't need chaos. I need focus. I need clarity. And I have both. Because I know exactly what I came for. And I know exactly where to strike. They won't see it coming. Not because I'm hiding, but because they're blind. Blinded by pride. Blinded by power. Blinded by the idea that I would never come back. But I did. And now I move. Quiet. Precise. Unstoppable. Not for attention. Not for revenge. To take everything back. I didn't strike all at once. That would have been too kind. Instead, I started slow. One by one. Their shields fell first. The people they trusted. The walls they built. The lies they told themselves to feel safe. Gone. Ripped away. Like they were never there. Then I took their comfort. Their patterns. Their sleep. The silence they once enjoyed turned to dread. Every whisper became a warning. Every shadow a threat. Because they knew something was wrong. But they didn't know where to look. I didn't just want to take back what was mine. I wanted them to feel what it's like to watch your world fall apart and know you can't stop it. I wanted them to see it all unravel. Slow, inevitable, and completely out of their control. They clung to pride, clung to power, clung to the illusion that they still had something left to defend. But all they were really holding was time, and I came to end it. I dismantled everything they thought would protect them. And I did it piece by piece, with silence, with certainty, and with no mercy at all. Because monsters don't need to scream to destroy. They just keep moving until there's nothing left. This was never about rage. Never about proving a point. It was about balance. About restoring what was stolen. About reminding them you don't get to take from the dark and walk away untouched. I didn't come back to ask. I didn't come to negotiate. I came to take. Because it was mine from the start. They stood on ground I bled for. Wore the gold I forged. Told stories that were mine to tell. Now they'll watch me reclaim every piece. Not in chaos. Not in noise. But in silence. Because silence is what they buried me in. And silence is what I return with. I'll take the throne they polished with lies. The legacy they twisted into fiction. The power they held like it was theirs to keep. I'll take it all. Not out of pride, but because it was always mine. And when it's done, when the dust settles, and their names have faded to echoes, I won't gloat. I won't laugh. I won't even speak. Because the truth will speak for me. That I came back. That I took what was mine. That they were never meant to last. And I was never meant to stay buried. This is the end they gave me. And the beginning I took. I'll take what's mine. And I'll leave nothing behind.